So welcome back. In today's video, we are going to look at a nice concept called encapsulation. So being that we are dealing with an object-oriented programming language, one of the key concepts to note is encapsulation. So what's encapsulation in Java? So encapsulation simply means the bundling of your data. By data, I mean variables, among others, together with your methods, and making your data private and it can be accessed by the outside world. So what am I meaning? I'm meaning, let me give you an example of a bank. You cannot access your money direct in your bank. You cannot wake up a single day and you go and pick your money. You have your money is protected in a certain place. The only way you can access your money is through making deposit requests or withdraw requests. So that's the same concept. That's the same concept you are going to use in this case. So I can make a class. Simply, encapsulation is like um, protecting your data, and your data can't be accessed outside your class. The only way that your data can be accessed, or the only way your data can be modified, is through methods making some requests to your data. So I'll create a class called, let me say, human. Okay, a human can have age, int age. Let me give age like 16. uh, a human can have a name. Let me give name as John, something like this. So down here I can create a simple instance of this class. So in this case I would say stud human, which is object. This is an object that I'm creating. Let's go to new human. So to access, in this case, to access the human, I can just say system.out object dot. Let me say I want to see the name. Not only the name, I want to see even the age. Say here add, and say add. I want to access object dot age. So let me compile this Java. No, dot. Let me compile and run. This is the normal way of accessing this data from the class. You can see that John's name is given and his age is given. But what if? Let me give you an example. You can be there. The only way someone can access your name is through asking you. So let me give you another example of a password. You can be there having your password, but the only person knowing your password, the only person who has access to your password is only your brain or you yourself. So not no one can access the password that you're having. So that's the same concept here. I can encapsulate or I can protect this class or the variables inside, and no one outside can access. Someone might ask, why would someone or why would we protect the data? We simply protect our data because it makes your code much more easier and it allows you to enforce validation or specific rules on your data. So what we want is that someone to access my data, he has to first ask for it, something like that. So to do that, I'll use a keyword called private, and automatically by using a keyword private, you can see here I'm getting errors. Automatically this name is not visible anywhere. You can see the field human.age is now not visible anywhere. It is only visible in the class it is defined in. The same thing, I will do the same thing here, private. You can see even down here, name is not accessed anywhere. Even age is not accessed anywhere. So How can I access the names, the name and the age? I'll use a method. So I'll say I'll say someone is asking for int. I will create a method. So simply the main reason why I'm creating a method is that to access this data, you have to be inside this class. To access this data here, you have to be inside this class. So I'll create a method inside this class. I make it private. So I don't need to access the variables again. I'll just call my method and my method will come with my data inside. So I'll say method. This time it's going to return a age. So get age. This is my method. So I'll make this public. By making my method public automatically, it can now be accessed in this class, the demo class. So this is return. So what is it returning? Being that I'm inside this class, the human class, and I'm having this protected data, the only way that I can access it, as previously explained, is through this same class. Now here I can return the name. Here I'm having access to the name in this case. Sorry, I'm having access to the age, not the name, because we are getting age in this case, not name. So now through this method that I've created, I can now return the age. So when I come here, I will do the same with the name. Duplicate this. I'll say get name. In this case, I'm returning a string. In this case, I'm returning a string, which is name. Something like this. So in order for me to access the name and the age and the name, I've used these two public methods. So I'll come here down. I'll say my human object. I have the get age plus I have the get name. You can see that here get name. You can see that here I've just called this method. These methods, the ones having access to my variables, in order for me to access them. So when I compile, I have outputted the methods themselves, this one and this one, the get age and the get name. So when I compile and run, you can see that I'm able to access the age and the name inside here in the human, simply because I have asked for the name and the age, but through the methods. So simply, encapsulation is the bundling of your methods and your private data in order for you to access the private data. That's simply what encapsulation means. So that's how we can use the that's simply the concept of encapsulation. So here I was getting, but what if I'm trying to set new data without putting it manually here? What if I'm having like I want to create many objects and I want to make each object the data that is inside the object private? Well, what will I do? So that will be seen in the next video. And in the next video, we're going to see what are getters and what are setters in Java. That's it for today. Thank you very much.